What if the moment you called destiny was just chemistry? We've all heard the story. Two people lock eyes, time slows down, hearts race, and in an instant, they just know. Love at first sight. It sounds beautiful. It feels cinematic. It's been celebrated in movies, songs, and social media. But here's the question no one asks. Is love at first sight wisdom, or is it emotion moving faster than discernment? Attraction is immediate. Chemistry is powerful. First impressions can be intense, but marriage is not built on moments. It is built on knowledge, character, alignment, and covenant. At Marriage by Design, we don't reject romance, but we refuse to confuse emotion with evidence. Because what feels like destiny in a moment can become confusion over time if it is not tested by truth. Before you allow one powerful encounter to define your future, there are truths you must understand. Not to make you cynical, but to make you wise. Because real love doesn't fear examination. So let's begin with the first truth about love at first sight. 5 truths about love at first sight. Truth number 1, attraction is instant. Love is built. Let's begin with clarity. Attraction can happen in seconds. Love cannot. You can be drawn to someone's smile, their confidence, their voice, their presence. But love is not a spark. Love is a structure. There's a difference between being captivated and being committed. Imagine this. A woman walks into a room. A man notices her immediately. His heart races. He feels something powerful. But what exactly is he feeling? He does not know her character. He does not know her convictions. He does not know how she handles pressure, disappointment, correction. He knows her appearance. He senses chemistry. But he does not yet know her heart. And you cannot love what you do not yet know. At first sight, you can experience desire. You can experience intrigue. You can even experience hope. But love is built slowly, through observation, sacrifice, consistency, and truth. Anything instant may feel intense, but intensity is not depth, and that leads to the second truth. Truth number 2, what feels like destiny may just be familiarity. Sometimes what we call love at first sight is simply recognition of something familiar. Familiar pain, familiar patterns, familiar dysfunction. Have you ever met someone and felt an immediate pull? Not because they were healthy, but because they felt known? Psychologists call this pattern attraction. We are often drawn to what mirrors our past, even if our past wounded us. A man raised in chaos may feel chemistry with someone emotionally unpredictable. A woman who grew up chasing validation may feel deeply drawn to someone emotionally distant. It feels magnetic, it feels intense, it feels fated. But sometimes it is simply unhealed history repeating itself, not destiny, just familiarity. And if familiarity is not examined, it can lead you back into the very cycles you prayed to escape. Which brings us to a harder truth. Truth number 3, emotion can be loud. Wisdom is quiet. Love at first sight is loud. It's dramatic. It's overwhelming. It feels urgent. But wisdom does not shout. Wisdom asks questions. Who are they when they're stressed? How do they treat people who cannot benefit them? What do they believe about commitment? Are they accountable to anyone? Emotion says, this feels right. Wisdom asks, is this right? Emotion wants movement. Wisdom wants evaluation. There is nothing wrong with feeling something powerful. But powerful feelings should slow you down, not speed you up. Because if something is truly from God, it will survive examination. And that leads us deeper. Truth number 4, chemistry can create illusion. Chemistry has a way of filling in blanks. When attraction is strong, your mind completes stories that reality hasn't proven. You assume compatibility, you assume shared values, you assume emotional depth. But chemistry does not equal character. 2 people can feel electric together and still be completely misaligned in purpose. Let me paint a picture. 2 people meet, the conversations flow, the laughter is easy, they feel understood. Within days, they are speaking about forever. but they have not discussed money, faith, children, conflict styles, family boundaries, vision for life. Chemistry made everything feel complete, but illusion feels whole until life tests it, and life always tests it. Marriage does not collapse because chemistry fades. It collapses because character was never verified, and that leads to the final truth. Truth number 5. Real love is proven over time. If it is love, it will not fear time. Infatuation fears time. Lust fears time. Fantasy fears time. But love is patient enough to be observed. Real love reveals itself in consistency, in apologies when wrong, in faithfulness when tempted, in maturity when challenged, in peace when life is unstable. Love is not proven in sparks. It is proven in seasons. Anyone can impress you for a moment, but can they? Remain kind when tired? Remain honest when it costs them? Remain steady when emotions fluctuate? Love at first sight may begin a story, but only tested love can sustain a covenant. So is love at first sight real? Perhaps attraction is real. Perhaps excitement is real. Perhaps possibility is real. But love, the kind that sustains marriage, is never built in a glance. It is built in truth, in time, in alignment, in growth. At Marriage by Design, we do not reject romance, but we refuse to build lifelong commitments on unexamined emotions. Because clarity before commitment protects you from regret after vows. And if what you feel is truly love, it will only grow stronger when tested by wisdom. Marriage is too sacred to be built on assumptions, too permanent to be rushed by emotion, too powerful to be approached without wisdom. Whether it's the excitement of engagement or the intensity of love at first sight, one truth remains. Feelings can introduce a relationship, but only alignment, character, and growth can sustain it. Attraction may start the story, but preparation determines how it ends. If you are single, this is your season of construction. Not waiting idly, not chasing endlessly, but building intentionally. Ask the hard questions. Slow down when emotions speed up. Examine what feels urgent. Test what feels perfect. Because clarity before commitment is one of the greatest gifts you can give your future marriage. At Marriage by Design, we believe strong marriages are not accidental. They are intentional, they are examined, they are anchored in truth. And when you build according to God's design, you don't just prepare for a wedding, you prepare for a covenant. If this message challenged you, strengthened you, or made you think deeper, stay with us. There is more to uncover, more to examine, more to build. Because marriage doesn't fail by accident. It fails when design is ignored. Marriage by Design, God's pattern, real marriages.